Hey, how's it going? Chef B Live here. I'm in my studio kitchen in Studio City, California, and I have the lovely Nova here with me today. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
Awesome. This is exciting. So today we're going to make a recipe from my new book, Going Gone Raw, and we're going to do a not chicken salad. It's like a mock chicken, like a fake chicken salad, and we're going to use the chicken salad or the not chicken salad in a romaine boats, and we're gonna make almost like little burrito mini tacos, kind of
like lettuce wraps.
Little lettuce wraps, totally. Little mini baby romaine lettuce. So, gosh, let's just go ahead and get started.
Yeah,
right?
Excited.
Cool. I'm just gonna use a food processor today, and it's good to have a good 10 to 14 cup food processor in general. So this one's a good one. This is a 14 cup. Now, to start this recipe out, I'm going to use truly raw cashews. Now, these are truly raw. When I say truly raw, that means that they actually have been hand-hulled. Most raw cashews out there that you see in the health food store or any store, they're actually not raw. They're actually heated up. And so if you want raw living, they're not. It's good to know these type of things. And
where can you get the...
These you can get usually at health food stores. There's a lot of online stores that get them. If you want to get them for a better price amount, I would suggest that. They're a lot creamier and they're much better. You can tell a difference as well. So I'm going to put the soaked cashews in here.
How long did you soak them for?
Now these have been soaked for 4 hours. There's a soaking and a sprouting chart in the back of my book. So if you need to actually refer to that, you can go to the back of the book. There's a whole array of beans, seeds, and nuts to sprout or soak. So these particularly were 4 hours, and then I rinsed them really well before this process. So now we're going to add water. By the way, this was a cup of truly raw cashews, and now I'm adding a 1/4 cup of water. So next we're going to add some cumin. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of cumin, or cumin, depending on how you want to say it. Now we're going to put some celery seed. This celery seed, it gives it very much is one of the crucial elements to give it that chicken salad flavor, as well as mustard. So this is mustard powder. Now this mustard powder, let's see here, there's a 1/4 teaspoon of mustard powder. There's enough ingredients on this that I have to actually look up. So the next one that I'm going to add is Himalayan salt. You can use Celtic or sea salt. I would definitely prefer that you do not use the iodized salt because it's really unhealthy. It's really not good for us. It's toxic, to be quite honest. You can do research. You can Google iodized salt and see all kinds of amazing research done on it. And then the difference between sea salt, Celtic salt, or Himalayan salt is that they're mineral rich. They're actually good for us instead of bad for us. So now I'm going to use a little bit of apple cider vinegar. This is a 1/2 teaspoon. Now you can also use coconut vinegar. It's another raw option. Cool, so I'm going to use a little garlic powder. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. And so now I'm going to use a little black pepper. This is a 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper. This is dried dill or dillweed. This is a 1/2 teaspoon of dried dill. Now if you want to use fresh, you just want to make sure you do triple the amount. And a lot of these are dried because of the availability, cost. We want to keep the cost down. So as far as going gone raw, it's really a focus to help people as much as possible with the cost of doing it. A lot of people that are buying Going Gone Raw are using it for a 4-week meal plan. They're actually trying to go raw, doing the raw living thing for 4 weeks. So it's really cool and unique in that sense. And then, but also even if you're just wanting to try a recipe, all the recipes are designed as transitional, as really basically comfort foods.
How many recipes do you have?
There's over 50 in there. It's literally because it's a guideline for a 4-week meal plan. There's a specific amount. And it's really awesome in the way. I look forward to you trying this recipe. So this first step is quite simple. Because all I'm going to do is I'm going to pulse this, and when I say pulse, I mean that I'm gonna just push. There's usually a pulse button on a food processor, and a pulse is usually like an on-off. It's not like you don't keep it on. So I'm gonna pulse it 20 times. Now what this is doing is it's breaking it down, it's chopping it up, instead of like really processing it into like a pate or into something that is really grinded up, you know. So now I'm gonna add the second set of ingredients, and first it's a little more dill. There's like a quarter teaspoon of dill. Yeah, I wanna make sure to use a spatula and get all the stuff off the sides, get it down into the food processor so it gets
Is there a
processed
reason why you
well.
don't incorporate the dill together, or why don't you just use it once?
Well, you know, I mean, honestly, like I like to layer food a lot of times, and I just believe that and when you do different steps, you're layering flavors,
Okay.
and it seems to work quite well. So that's the main purpose behind that. Now, that being said, preferably I would use a little fresh in one and a little dried in the other. So you can do that. I suggest and definitely like recommend trying it for sure. But triple it. If you're using fresh herbs, triple the herbs. Definitely, because they're much more potent when you dry them, and you know, the dried portion, the dried is a lot stronger.
Okay.
Yeah. No, there's nothing like fresh really when it comes down to it. So now I'm going to use, these are scallions or green onions. There's a half a cup. Now I'm going to use, these are cherry tomatoes or yellow cherry tomatoes. Usually you get red cherry tomatoes. I decided to go for yellow today. And this is a half a cup. Now I'm going to use celery. There's really no good, I mean there probably is, but like traditionally there's no good chicken salad without some celery. So there's some chopped celery here. Now this is a half a cup of chopped celery. Now we're going to put the celery seed. This is a half a teaspoon of celery seed. And then there's actually 2 tablespoons of agave, which you can use maple syrup, same amount. You could use like 3 dates, like really good medjool dates that are really fresh and sweet. It's just to give it kind of more, it helps with the chicken flavor, the chicken salad flavor particularly. So now I'm going to use the mustard, ground mustard. It's a quarter teaspoon. Once again, we're layering. And then a little bit more Himalayan salt, a quarter teaspoon of Himalayan salt. Awesome. Now I'm just going to pulse it 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm basically just using it to mix it really, you know, very strongly. So it's chunky. I want it to be like a chicken, and at least have that consistency and texture. So now I'm going to do it another 10 times, and then we'll be done. So now we'll just pour it into this bowl.
It smells really good.
I'm excited. I'm really hungry right now, so it's actually perfect timing. I love the red alternative, but this yellow is really awesome.
Yellow has good flavor too.
Oh yes, I love tomatoes in general when they're really, really, you know, grown right, organically. I mean, heirloom tomatoes. So yeah, so now we're just gonna actually take these. Let's bring this plate up here. And now we're gonna take these let's get the bigger ones. We'll do 2 since we're both hungry.
Okay.
I'll give you the bigger one.
All right.
So we're gonna put a nice moderate amount on the bottom. You want it to be filling. You want it to be like, because this, you'll be, surprisingly enough, this will be very filling. I'm gonna garnish it, so don't grab it and eat it too quick. I know how that can be. I actually almost grabbed the bowl and went running that way. Like the smell, right? Smell
It
is just
smells
nice.
really good. Its ingredients smell really fantastic.
So now, you might want to even get a picture of this. So I'm gonna put, as a garnish, I'm gonna put a little bit more, like more fresh, non-chopped tomatoes on top to give it some more artistic appeal, right?
Mhm.
A lot of times in the culinary art, you want to do odd numbers. Gives it more balance. So we're going to put that in, and then we're going to put a little bit of red bell pepper. Now this is just a little additive for the color. Yeah. So you can add something of this sort to it. It's not going to take away from the flavor of it, but it's going to add some amazing color. Yay.
That looks really beautiful.
Well, let's see here. Let's set this one here. That one there. Throw a little. It's always fun to play with garnish. I love the art of food. This, you won't be able to see this angle like we'll see from the camera, but yeah. So, voila. And hey, why don't you go ahead and
Let's
try a
try
bite
it.
of it? I'm gonna join you.
All right.
Wow.
A lot of good flavor.
Here you go.
Thank you.
A little messy.
A little juicy. They're really good. It's a great alternative because I work with hotnosh.com. It's my blog.
Okay.
So what we specialize are in small plates, and I feature chefs that, dynamic chefs that do small plates, international appetizers and that sort of thing. But this is great. It's a great alternative for viewers to see that there's
I had
a
no
healthier
clue
way.
that I didn't know that it was small. I was like, perfect.
That's perfect.
That's called listening to spirit. Thank you.
Exactly.
Well, can you say your website one more time, please?
It's hotnosh.com. So
Spell it, please.
HAUTE nosh NOSH.com.
Awesome. So please check that out. Definitely check out chefbelive.com. That's www.chefbelive.com. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Rockstar out. Thanks for joining
Thank
me.
you. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it.
I appreciate you doing this.